Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my 11th episode in my Scrap Mechanic Solo Survival series. Today, as I mentioned in the last episode, I wish to be working on my car storage area thing. So between episodes, I didn't record Scrap Mechanic yesterday. I spent a lot of time grinding, and I also recorded a new video for a new series on my channel on a different survival game, so it'd mean a lot if you could go and check that out and let me know what you think of it. But as I mentioned yesterday, I did spend a lot of time grinding as well, and I pretty much have most of the things I need. This is only, unfortunately, all these pistons here, 12 pistons. This took a fair amount of time. The pistons weren't too bad. They're not too expensive to craft. The controller was alright. I was getting the component kits, which I'll show you in a moment. But yeah, 12 pistons here, and this is just for one of these vehicles. So I'm going to have to repeat that for all three. As I said, I'll just be doing one this episode and showing, and doing the other two off camera, just so you guys, it'd be a bit repetitive if I did all three. Yeah, these are all the component kits I have, and believe it or not, I don't think this is going to be enough. I said I needed 4 fully upgraded pistons for this. Turns out I need 8, I think. So, yeah, well, maybe I could get away with just 4, but yeah, either way, it's going to be quite a lot of component kits to upgrade all this, and again, it's just for one of them. So I think to start off with, I'm just going to move all these vehicles out of the way, just so we have a bit of space to work with. I think I plan on dipping into my supply of these rusted metal blocks that I got from the warehouse, just because we have quite a lot of them. This is going to be a fairly large platform we're making, and it's just a bit of a new block that we've not really used before, especially not out here, and I think it'll go well with all the pipe pieces that I plan on using for this. So I obviously want to have it here, but I want to keep it a decent amount of blocks out from this, just so it's obvious that it's a separate thing. Let's say if I give it about a 7 block gap, and we could start it on this block potentially. I think that would be quite good. I want to have it slightly raised. I think this is a good distance to have it raised off the ground, and we can use our ramps. Probably need more ramps than the amount I've got for the full thing, but we can always go to some warehouses off camera and get some more. If we're having it starting here, I'll probably just make it, I'm not exactly sure how large I want to make it. I have left this inside just so I can I can use it to measure. And also, as you can probably notice, I've got, that's pretty good timing. All these potatoes have grown because when I was farming up all the component kits, I was pretty much just using my spud shotgun just for, speed. I could have easily just went around with my hammer, saved a lot of spuds, but it also would have taken a lot more time. And when it's this easy to get large quantities of spuds, I thought, why not? So just quickly store all these up. I've parked this here so I can get a feel for how wide this needs to be. And I've pretty much got 1 block gap either side, and we're going to have kind of like little guard railings just so we know we're driving right in the right spot, because obviously if we're off a bit, it's not going to be able to, the mechanism's not going to be able to hook onto here, which means it's not going to work properly. So we've got this measured the right width, we just need to get it the right depth now. I'm not exactly sure, this doesn't need to be exact, I just need to make sure it's wide enough. So we'll just quickly give this a test. Yeah, this is just about wide enough. I think I'll add a couple more just so we have a little bit of leeway just in case anything is off slightly. This should be wide enough, and I'm thinking about giving this a border with metal 1, just so it's not as just sticking out there, because obviously I'm going to need to do something here, and I'm not one to just say do this all the way along. I don't think that's going to look too nice. Or actually, now that I've done that, let me do a little bit more just so I can see how it looks. And obviously on this front side we're going to have the ramps. But if I had that going back each side, I think that would look alright actually, so scratch that. We'll not bother doing the trim with metal 1, especially since our metal 1 low, or our metal supplies in general are getting a bit low, so we need to do some more mining soon. I did a little bit off camera just to get enough metal for the pistons. That was pretty much the only thing that was difficult about making the pistons. I think we'll try throwing on the ramps now just so we can get up and down if we need to. Yeah, I think that looks alright. Again, I think I'll probably paint this at some point, just so it's not really too outstanding with the orange. And I'm hoping this is going to fit nicely with the amount of ramps we have. It looks like we're going to be a bit short. I mean, that's not a problem if we're 1 block wide, because obviously we're going to continue this on with some other vehicles, so it's not really too much of an issue if this doesn't really line up exactly how we want it. I think temporarily I'm just going to set up a guardrail. I'm going to make probably a much nicer one, but for now this is going to do. Alright, that's a guardrail set up. We're just going to check we can still drive into it. Also, of course, since I was doing the potatoes, we're going to have a raid later, so I'll probably show you guys how we handle that. It's pretty much the same as we have been doing it. Okay, yeah, it does fit. We really don't have much wiggle room, but that's alright. Of course, we just need to drive it in here, and that's going to be exact. That's how we want it. So I think I'll keep it in here, just so we can easily tell where we want the pistons to go, because obviously we're going to have pistons that come down, and then pistons that shoot out little hooks here, and obviously it'll be the same on all four, and then it'll lift it up, and that'll just keep it safe off the ground. I mean, their defenses are holding really well, so I really don't think anything's ever going to get through. And if things do get through, they're not going to go for the vehicles. But honestly, I've had this idea in my head for quite a while, and I really like the idea of it. So yeah, we're going to stick with this. Okay, so we've got and switched up our guardrail. I said I would probably leave it to later, but I realised it makes a lot more sense just to do it now, just because, well, I'm going to have to build off this, and once you build up, and then if I had to change the bottom, it would be a lot of hassle, and it'd probably all disconnect, and have to re-weld it and things like that. So yeah, I've just gone ahead and redone it just now. We're probably going to set up our button as well. Or our switch, rather. Our switch is probably just going to be here, and it's going to be like that for the other three. Just very easy location for us to hit it. So we'll just set this up just now. I also severely underestimated how much of these long pieces I'm going to need. So I'm going to be crafting up quite a lot of these throughout the night, as well as doing this raid. So I'll probably come back to you once it's time for us to do this raid, and I will just continue crafting up these and getting... Alright, we're almost at raid time. We're just going to quickly grab some potatoes. I've been rushing around because I completely forgot that I left my vehicles outside, so I quickly moved those inside just so they don't get destroyed in the raid. We'll put on our lights, and I still love these just as much as when I first made them. Don't think we'll need the spud gun. I don't see any tape bots really spawning for some potatoes, although it was the second consecutive night, so there's a bit more than there was before. But yeah, nothing we can't handle, or nothing the defenses can't handle really. We don't really have to do much, but... big group of them here. The walls, well, the defenses shouldn't really have much of a problem with them, as it's demonstrated. This is the last guy that's actually coming to us. There's one guy stuck over there. We'll just take him out nice and easily. There we go. Oh my. Okay, that's not good. That piston is completely bugging out. Oh, what is happening? This isn't good. This is not good. What? Everything is just completely bugged out right now. I can walk through things. This isn't good. We're gonna have to reload and hope this fixes itself. Okay, right, we've quickly relogged, and well, things still aren't too great. All our saw blades have returned, which is good, I guess. This is still completely bugged out. I'll put that up, that's still fine. Our vehicles, I noticed this was bugging out a bit. This looks alright, this looks alright. It's just this has happened to me before, and all I had to do was salvage the water cannon. The problem is, I have no idea where the water cannon has gone. Is it bugged in here somewhere? Alright, here we go. Okay. I think we should be good. I think I just need to replace the water cannon. This isn't... well, that's happened to me before where this is completely bugged out. But I don't know what happened. Just every single saw blade disappeared, and I was able to walk through all of my creations. That was not exactly what I was expecting to happen. Let's hope that never happens again. I guess I really should be taking backups. I know I've heard it all around, you know, make backups once if things go wrong. I've just kind of ignored them, but I think starting today I'm going to start making backups for all my worlds, as I don't want something like that happening again and me losing all my work. Anyway, after that little scare, I'm going to get back on with... wait, hang on. This saw blade's on the wrong side. Let's quickly put that back on. And yeah, the bearing's still attached. I'm going to clean up this and get on with building. Well, okay, that's pretty much the framework done. This is how big it's going to be. I originally had planned on making it taller, but now that I've actually built it, I think I'm just going to keep it with this height because I don't want it to be too tall, which should help us save on some component kits since I won't need to fully upgrade them. But I think we should be all right. Just to start throwing in some pistons and seeing how well it all works. I have a feeling that this isn't going to work as it is. I think I'm going to have to change exactly how these are. Might need to move one of these to about here. Then I'm not sure how it's going to work with the pistons, so yeah. I think this first attempt, I'll be honest, isn't going to work. And it might work, but I have a feeling it's not going to. And that's just me being honest. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to hope that it does work. And yeah, then that should be as good. But yeah, I think these are just too close together for how this design's going to work. But we're going to try it. We're going to try it anyway. And hope that it all works out. This is pretty simple. We've pretty much done all the difficult work. The difficult work was just pretty much measuring it all out. But we should be alright now. And just to give it a go. This is pretty much all the pistons that we're going to need. And yeah, I need to kind of have another one like straight piece there, and then the thing also I've completely forgotten about 2 pistons. And I don't want to use this upgraded one. Obviously that was the upgraded one that we got from the warehouse 2 episodes ago, last episode. I can't exactly remember. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how well this is going to work. Okay, so I think we've got got it all set up on the controller. And I'm now thinking this might have to be done on 2 controllers. Or I'll need another controller, which should be alright because obviously this has 6 connections, that one's going to have 6, we can't have 12 in the controller, we can only have 10, so we'll need to make another controller, but that's not to worry. But basically we park our car, this extends down, I'll need to upgrade some of these pistons, and then I'll lift it up. But yeah, we'll need to upgrade some of these pistons because it doesn't even come down low enough. I'm going to do that and repeat it on the other side and try and get another controller going. Alright guys, it is just turning morning and I think we're about ready for our first test, so we're going to give it a go. Again, I don't think this is going to work, but we can always give it a try. Backing it up's not too easy, especially if we're already lined up beforehand. Might want to raise this barrier because as you see when I hit the back it kind of lifted the vehicle up a bit, so if we had these or even just the back one up one higher, it might stop that and allow us to go in faster. But oh wait, hang on, it's turned on, which means that if this would be the state where the vehicle would be in, and then obviously if the vehicle's there it would release down, and then it would unhook here and it would go back up, just so we can keep it all on one button and keep it nice and simple. So now that it's in, we're in the down position, it's ready to be picked up. We're backed up all the way. Oh, I really hope this works, but I don't think it will. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. Okay, we're just gonna all forget we saw that. That never happened as far as we're all concerned. Time for the totally first test. I'm still an idiot because I haven't connected this up. Okay, once again, none of you guys saw that. This is definitely our first attempt. Let's see how it goes. I've done it too low. No. Okay. It showed a little bit of promise, but yeah, too low. Oh no. Are we alright? Yep, we're alright. Okay, I just need to adjust that. Okay, our first attempt. Definitely our first attempt. Yeah, I have tested this before back at the old base, and it did work when I had an extra bit coming off of that. Just not exactly sure how we can do this. I mean, we could maybe move this forward one. It might conflict with that. We could move this back one. I think that's pretty much our only option at this point, so we're going to give that a go. Okay, I think this is going to be it. I think we're on to a winner here. I've moved this closer to here. Obviously I can't have this wrapping all the way around because of this, and so I've just repeated it on that side just for a bit of consistency. So I think the next thing to do is just to try it. We've obviously extended this, so If anything's going to work, it's going to be this one, so let's hope. Goes down nicely, goes over. I think it's going to need to go over one more. Okay, we were close. It is kind of not really worked at all. Okay, right, we're going to let it down and make another couple of adjustments. Okay, test number, I've lost count. I'm going to have these pistons extending one more than they were before. I knew that would happen. Okay, so the system itself works. The problem is our vehicle is too front heavy. So in order to fix that, I guess we could just add a lot more weight to the back. But it's working pretty much how I want it to work. We just need some more weight in the back. So we're going to grab some of our metal and just try and load some stuff onto the back. See how that goes. Well guys, this looks a lot better than it is. We've kind of got it in a working state, but also kind of not. And what we had to do is we made the front a lot less heavy by changing it to wood, which doesn't look amazing, but we'll probably find a different block that's about as heavy as wood. And the reason I say it looks better than it is because it's really kind of glitchy when it was working, which is unfortunate, but yeah, I'll show you guys it in action, so I'll not drive all the way out. But imagine we've just come back. We've dumped off our resource collectors over there. We've driven in. We've left it like that. We'll flick the button. And it all goes well until, well, around when it tries to lift it back up. This back area doesn't seem to work, so it'll lift it up. And then it kind of levels itself out. And it doesn't look too bad. It kind of looks as if it's... I mean, it looks exactly how I wanted it to look and how I've envisioned it this whole time. So there's that. And maybe it's just kind of visual how this works. Maybe it's because this is coming out one too much. Hang on, let me try something real quick. Okay, let's give this a try now. I've set this piston only to come out one, which I don't know if it's actually going to do anything. We'll see. Kind of. Does it level itself out? Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, I mean, from the front it looks alright. From the back you can tell it's very clearly leaning forward. And you can see that piston's a bit extruded a bit. So we'll upgrade it once more, and that's not changed anything at all. Thought maybe by upgrading it, it would have, well, made it stronger. Lifted it up, but clearly that's not worked. So we've just wasted 4 component kits there. So I think I'm going to go back to how it was before with this extruding 2. As that just looked a bit cleaner, and I've also replaced that with the wrong metal. So anyway, I think this is how we're going to leave it for now. I think I might play around with it between episodes and see if I learn anything while I am building the other 2. Unfortunately, it has used all but one of my component kits, which is unfortunate because that was about 40 or 50 component kits that I used just for this. Which means I'm going to have to go and do a lot of grinding between episodes if I want to get this done. I'll probably only have one done by the next episode that I'll try and do later on today. I'm fairly pleased with this. It looks alright when it's how it is now. Unfortunately, I did have to change all this metal into wood, which doesn't look as nice, but I'm sure we'll find a way around it. So yeah, kind of pleased with how it's looking now, and I'm sure it'll look better once we've got all 3 in. But yeah, anyway guys, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you've got any ideas for how for what I should do in this area, because obviously once I've got these 3 done, I'm not sure what I want to do in here other than build another farm. This area is left pretty open, so if you've got any ideas for what I should do there, let me know in the comments. Or if you think I should just go straight onto building the main base out in the water, then just let me know. But anyway, yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.